I'm Rolando.
And I'm Eddie Z.
And this is Remakes, Reboots, and Revivals.
An original podcast
About unoriginality.
And today we are talking about the Disney live-action remakes of classic animated movies because they won't stop making them.
And they won't.
They can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah.
And so we're going to make content about them so we could complain about most of them.
Don't belittle us like that. We're making content.
I mean, are we fans of these remakes? Do we think that they should keep going? Are we looking forward to any of the future ones? Are we fed up?
Okay, this is unpopular opinion, but I kind of want to see the Lilo and Stitch one. Everyone's like dragging how Stitch looks. I think he looks adorable. What are they talking about?
He just looks like the cartoon.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll take any Stitch, right? Because I love Stitch. He was my favorite character. Yeah, that's right. You got me a little ornament. I saw him at Disney World and cried. I didn't cry, but.
Eddie, how do you feel?
I think I'm done with them.
I think I'm done with them too.
Yeah. Disney's done with you too. All right.
Disney doesn't need us at the end of the day.
I mean, we keep on giving them our dollars, so
That's true.
You're right. Stitch looks cute, but like, if it's just a cartoon, then what's the point? Did we need to see Lilo as a person?
No. I'm curious what they're gonna do the aliens like Leak and the other one. Mm-hmm. I forgot the name of the other one. The big guy.
Maybe it will turn out to be a pleasant surprise, and they will redeem themselves. But we shall see. They've been doing a few of them since the 90s. Should we talk about the ones that started officially in the 90s, like the 101 Dalmatians with Glenn Close?
We talked about this one, and I didn't remember how iconic Glenn Close was as Cruella DeVille until afterwards. What a role for her, and I don't know. Unforgettable, right? And that was going to be a tough act to follow, right, for Emma Stone, but she did it too. It turns out Cruella DeVille is who you want to be if you are in these live action remakes.
That's true. She's very malleable. You can make her whatever she wants to be. So we're going to do the classic tier making method. And tell them a little bit about that, Rolando. You're a little bit better about that than me.
Have I? You think I'm like a YouTube person? I'm not. But basically, the tier ranking is S for superior, A, B, C, D, and F. Right? It's confusing because I assume it would have gone like the school grades, like being A is the best, but S is in fact the best.
Yes. So we'll be giving any of these movies those letter grades.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we got somebody on the side who's gonna be telling us the movies in chronological order.
Is that the one that started it off?
After 101 Dalmatians, I think so.
I thought Cinderella predates it.
Nope.
Wow.
I know for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, film history buff. All right. Alice in Wonderland. A C for me.
I think it's a C for me too.
I didn't see it. I don't like them. I'm not a big fan of that story, Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, I think I'm actually going to
version.
go D because I don't remember anything about it. And typically, if I remember something, that gives it some credence.
You don't remember Helena Bonham Carter?
I remember that they gave her a big head and that was it.
That's what I remember, too. That's something memorable about it.
That's one memorable thing. And that speaks nothing about the film itself. Yeah. No, I'm on the border of giving it an F, but I'll stick to D right now.
Oh, all right. I mean, nothing's stopping you. There's no rules.
That's true.
Regulations here.
There will be Fs.
I'm
all right,
sure.
what's next?
The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Never saw it.
The Sorcerer's Apprentice is a remake?
Yes, with
Of Disney?
Yes, with
Who's playing Mickey?
No, it's not like that.
Then I F
So-
already.
Oh no, I actually enjoyed it.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
What letter?
A minus.
Just stick to the whole letter. A it is.
Okay, next.
Maleficent.
Ooh. Being the queer kid that I am who had their sexual awakening with people like Angelina Jolie, I'm probably going to have to give that maybe, I'm thinking B or C.
Okay.
Come back to me.
All right, I'm giving it a C. This movie is forgettable outside of Angelina Jolie's cheekbones, which were prosthetics, guys. Like, let's come on.
Oh come on! I think you know it. I mean, they're supposed to look so.
I know. She would want us to believe that they're hers.
I don't think so.
I'm going to probably go C, although I remember there was a hint of a queer element added, and then they just obviously didn't go there. And yeah, outside of that, I don't remember anything. She was fine. Angelina Jolie was fine.
Yeah, I think it was like a B for me.
A B. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Next. I never saw it.
Neither
Sorry,
did
I
I.
can't.
You can't rate it.
I don't think that's fair to rate. The
That's
things you
fair.
haven't seen.
You could just rate it off
Even
of
though
vibes.
you gave Sorcerer's Apprentice
A F, and I stand by that. No, for me, Cinderella was also a C. Yeah, this was like kind of middle of the ground and stuff. And I remember this was being marketed as the first live action adaptation. I think because it was supposed to be the first authentic live action adaptation, not like because Alice in Wonderland was like a remake, but it was also like kind of a reimagining in a way, right?
Yeah.
Maleficent was from a different point of view, another reimagining. This one was supposed to be like the classic, like our first live action adaptation of this classic story that we know and love, and it was forgettable.
Was Gus Gus in it?
The mice were in it. I don't remember if they had names now.
Well, then it wasn't a remake.
Well, you know,
That's what stands it apart. What about you, Eddie?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it either?
Yeah.
Wow, this is like their first big like moment in film history, and you guys missed it.
In film history?
In their film history, yeah. I will argue that this is,
I think according to the list, it's at least their fourth.
but like I said, not like an actual direct remake.
Got it. Okay. What's next?
The Jungle Book.
Oh, I know where Orlando stands on this one.
S. This is their to date my favorite of the Disney live action adaptations. I think it is their best one, and it's a one film that kind of gave me hope for The Lion King. And man, was I so disappointed.
Don't jump ahead. Eddie?
It's also an S for me.
It's a B for me, probably.
Get out of my apartment.
Sure. Glad. No,
Why?
it's
Why a B?
fine. I enjoyed the original more. I think it was more joyous, and I thought that the new one was a little too long. And I didn't enjoy a lot of the visual effects.
Get out.
I gave you a lot of good reasons. And also Christopher Walken as King Louis. Meh.
You know what? I actually loved it for some reason. I don't know why. Because in paper, it sounds ludicrous, and I think it works.
Next.
Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, here we go. You recently talked about this on another Evergreen where we talked about our romance movies.
Yes. I give it a D.
Oh, a D.
Yeah. I'm not going to fail it because, you know,
It tried.
no. I don't think it tried at all. But no, the reason I'm not giving it an F is because it just didn't spit in my face. Emma Watson, look, I think ultimately what it comes down to is Emma Watson was just not a good Belle. If I had to be
I wouldn't
honest.
say that.
Who else would have been? Who would have been a good Belle?
That I can't answer because I don't remember. What year did this come out?
2017.
I don't. You're asking me, do I remember what starlets were? Selena Gomez.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, she was a starlet.
No, that's who I'm pitching.
Now.
Yeah, as
Oh.
our what's it? No, I'm kidding. Of course not. I don't know who I would pick as Belle. I don't remember like who were the up and coming artists and stuff or actresses. So yeah,
Eddie?
No, I enjoyed it. I think I'll give it like a C.
I think I'll give it a C as well. It wasn't like absolutely terrible. And Beauty and the Beast, I mean, what's great about it is the music and the story, and they didn't mess that up too much. So I'll give it a C.
you could argue
You could.
that Emma Watson singing.
Well, she's definitely no original Belle.
Okay,
That's for certain.
just saying.
But, you know, Josh Gad was great.
Sure, Josh Gad is a Broadway professional.
Yeah,
You know.
he made up for that. What's next?
Christopher Robin.
Never saw.
No, I never saw this one either. I did want to see it, but then it got panned by critics.
Yeah.
The trailer did make it look like sentimental and like kind of cutesy, so never got a chance. Never got around to seeing it.
Yeah.
Same. I haven't seen that.
I love that we decided to make this list, and like almost every other movie, we're like, never saw it.
You know, well, you know,
Yeah.
it turns out there's so many more that we didn't even know about.
That will, or we forgot about.
Christopher Robin.
But I think now we're coming in the territory where we actually started watching them for this
For the podcast?
So
Yeah.
we're gonna have seen a lot of these. Next.
Dumbo.
Okay, I remember seeing this in movie theaters for the podcast.
I'm going to give it, based off of the vibes right now, probably a C.
Ooh, is this equal footing for me as Beauty and the Beast then? Because if it was a C for me, that would also be Beauty and the Beast. Is it better than Alice in Wonderland, which I gave a D? I think it is better than Alice in Wonderland. Is it as good as Beauty and the Beast? Yeah, sure. I'll give it a C.
Not a successful remake, but it tried to do something different. And for
Yeah.
that, it wasn't like a shot-to-shot remake. It was also Tim Burton, right?
Yeah, it was the better Tim Burton effort, I would say.
And the other racist
yeah,
birds.
C.
So
Also a C.
Also C.
also
Okay.
a C.
Next.
Aladdin.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, I like that one.
See, a lot of people didn't like this one and the way that they went in. And I do remember Jafar being a little bit like, don't know if I love him. But I liked
did.
what they did
Yeah.
about
He
it.
was
I think he was
super
too
attractive.
hot.
Yeah, he was too
That was the
attractive.
problem.
Yeah.
He was too
He
attractive.
was distracted. I was like, am I in my villain era? I want him to win.
We're talking about Jafar, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a gay man, so what do I know?
Yeah.
I think this is a B for me.
I would say, just because I'm knowing like the rest of the filmography here, this might fall in the A
Ooh.
for me. Like this is an A. I think it was a strong effort. I think the cast was actually delightful. Specifically, Jasmine, played by Naomi Watts.
You're
No.
right with Naomi, but
Scott.
I think it is Naomi Scott.
Naomi
yeah.
Scott, yes. She
I
was
think-
wonderful as Jasmine.
Yeah, I'll give it an A.
I don't know if I'm going to give any of these an A now that I think about it. But Aladdin was one of the ones that I was like, that wasn't terrible. So. All right, what's next?
Lady and the Tramp.
Oh my
No.
gosh, you remember this?
I do remember this. F.
Oh, I think this is a straight up F.
Horrible.
It did not work on any level, unfortunately.
Just dreadful movie. I don't know what they were thinking when they
Yeah.
live action adapted this.
Yeah, the original is like, when you first watch the original, you're like, okay, this is an interesting Disney movie. After watching the live action, you're like, wow, the original is a masterpiece.
It's true.
What about
Yeah,
you, Eddie?
F also.
F.
F it is,
Our
yeah.
first, like, we've all agreed is an
Unanimous,
F,
yeah. This was
Wow.
a dreadful film.
Yeah, not good.
This is what you got for signing up for Disney Plus too, which is just like, you know what? Give me my money back, all right? Like,
All right, what's next?
Lion King.
okay, The Lion King.
Lion King.
F.
I would say this is an F.
D.
Really?
What
Yeah.
was redeeming about it?
What was redeeming?
That doesn't deserve the F. Certainly not the voice acting. You have Beyonce,
Wait, hold on.
and she
Is it
does
Beyonce?
nothing.
That's true. They
Oh my
wasted
God.
Beyonce.
Yeah, maybe it is an F.
The only redeeming thing about it, just like Beauty and the Beast, is the music. And yet somehow that wonderful score was not enough to save this film. It just was so pointless, such a waste of freaking time, and ugly. Not
It was
good
ugly.
animation.
It was ugly.
It was
Boring.
yeah.
It was boring.
It was
That's what it comes
bad.
down to. It was just not a good film, and they took all the life out of it.
Yeah, it's actually an interesting experiment how you can do something that's a shot-for-shot remake and yet completely lose what something like the original had. It's kind of like when they did a shot-for-shot remake of Psycho. Now, that was a more experimental film. And he was like, hey, what if I did a shot-for-shot, but I completely changed the tone? Disney wasn't going for that. They were just trying to capitalize. And because of that, they failed.
Yeah, they did. Shame. F. I
F
can't believe
all
you.
around.
Oh wait, you changed it to F, right?
Yeah.
Good.
all
I'm
around.
glad we bullied you into.
I was bullied to
give
give it an F.
All right, what is next?
Mulan.
I think this is another F.
And I wanted to like this so much.
Yeah, this actually might be an F as well. Oh,
Yeah.
so I remember we saw this at your place, and I was so mad that I had to drive an hour for this movie.
I know. After that, we stopped doing movie nights because we're like, what if they're terrible?
Yeah, like it's just not worth the drive.
Yeah, and they cut out the music.
Mm-hmm.
They
They took out Mushu,
they took out the humor.
but they
They
added
made it like a military war.
they
film.
changed the elements of magic, right? Because now it was no longer it was
Yeah.
almost like superpowers that she had or something.
Yeah, and there was like a
Silly.
The villain became this new villain. No. F.
F.
What a fucking shame, because that could have been amazing if they had just actually remade it.
Yes.
Next.
Cruella.
Oh.
I like this one.
So this might be an uncontroversial opinion, but kind of loved it.
Yeah.
Controversial.
Why is that
opinion,
controversial?
Because a lot of people did not like it.
Really? These people are wrong, and I will fight you in the comments. This is an S for me.
Yeah, an S.
S. Like this is like a movie that I will rewatch. I think Emma Stone as Cruella was just wicked. It was just great. It was just I thought it was gonna be such shitty casting, and talk about surprise. It was wonderful.
Great.
And it was, but I think also it just was a good story. Like, they just gave us like, and this is one of those movies that just like, if they took out the Cruella element and we just give us like an original story, we would have been eating it up as like an original film. I think maybe it was held back a little bit in performance because it was a 101 Dalmatians like weird prequel. Yeah. If it hadn't been that, I feel like people would have been like, yes, this movie is. Come on, the fashion sequence alone.
Yes, this movie is fashion.
Yes. The costume design gets an A for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe even an S, because that is the highest. Cruella gets a B for me.
You are like the harshest judge,
I
but
am.
sure.
Eddie?
B for badass.
B.
For badass.
Wow, I'm the only
B
one who
for
gave it like an
badass.
S. All right.
Yeah. But it was good. I liked it. What's next?
Pinocchio.
Oh,
Oh.
F.
F.
And like
Wait, which
even
one?
The Tom
No,
Hanks
no.
one.
Pinocchio, the one with Tom Hanks.
F.
F. All across the board. All right, next.
Peter Pan and Wendy.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Not as bad. This was another straight to
No.
Disney Plus. Not great, not good, but not as bad as say Pinocchio and Lady and the Tramp. But Peter Pan was terrible himself.
The actor who
the
played
actor
Peter Pan was
not
just
good.
like dreadful, and I wonder whose child he was to get the role. Oh, it's such a shame because like it's a movie that had potential that was just squandered by bad casting.
Yeah,
This is a D.
I think it's a D for me too.
I really didn't like this movie at all.
Yes, we argued about this because I thought there were elements of it that were like this could have been.
No.
You could see they were
Like
trying to
different
do something
potential.
good, and they just like kept dropping the ball. So you giving it an F?
Yeah, I give it F.
F. Wow. Okay.
That's true. A movie should speak for itself, not for the potential it had.
Yeah, because even
No, but like even the little things that I did like about it were still enjoyable. Specifically Wendy, and you know, it would have gotten to see had they like explored the lesbian.
Yeah,
of
if
it
Tiger
all.
Lily and Wendy had totally made out, this would be
Which
S.
and it's kind of what they were going for.
Yeah. Well, in the only way Disney can. What's next?
The Little Mermaid.
oh, I enjoyed this one.
But what are you grading it?
I'm giving it a B. Eddie?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a B too.
I would agree. I think B
Yeah,
is
B.
as good, where it's not like it's not their best, but it's definitely by far a better version of the story that we have gotten. I think the biggest lackluster thing was kind of Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It should have been Titus Burgess.
I just felt like she didn't try.
I thought she was fine, and part of me is like remembering her performance and being like, I liked it, and I liked her approach to it.
Her makeup wasn't serving.
I think that this is the thing is
I wanted more.
We wanted like outrageous.
Yeah.
We wanted
Yeah.
like glamour galore, like drag queenish.
This is one instance where like they should have gone with a drag queen, Ursula, or a trans person, and then hype up
Oh my
there.
god. People like had an outcry over the casting of Haley Bailey. Have a trans person been in that? Oh.
At that point, Disney
Yeah,
just
just
swerved
go,
right into it and be like, you know
Just
what?
go.
Because that also probably would have been covered for Haley Bailey, to be quite honest.
Maybe. Yeah.
So, yeah.
People are just so close-minded, guys. What a shame.
And it was a very interesting take on Prince Eric's origin story.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
So
no.
that's it. So that's it. We're all caught up. So the next one is Snow White.
Next one is Snow White, then Lilo and Stitch, and then next year is Moana.
Is that really still happening?
That's actually happening.
Who's playing Moana?
I don't know. I know Dwayne Johnson's gonna play.
Oh, I know.
Ali,
He's the whole
but
reason they're making the movie.
I don't think Ali Carvalho is playing Moana.
That's a
which
shame.
It's a shame because
She was. I mean, she was not one of the best days. She was easy. I don't want to imply like nothing else was good in Mean Girls, but she was so good in Mean Girls.
she was.
Like she was great in Mean. Like that whole. I love Mean Girls, the musical. And shame on you if you didn't.
No,
That's all I
seriously,
have to
yeah.
say.
Shame on you.
Cool. Well, that wraps up this little tier ranking. Now, here are the future ones. Like I mentioned, Lilo and Stitch is coming out later this year. Moana, Hercules.
They're actually doing Hercules.
They're doing Hercules. Guy Ritchie, the director of Aladdin's going to do it.
Oh.
Apparently, they're going to do Robin Hood.
Like the fox.
Yeah, the one with all the animals playing all the different characters.
But
in
are
Narnia.
the animals gonna play the roles?
I mean, they did it in Lion King and Jungle Book, so why not? And Lady and the Tramp.
I don't know if I want to see that.
Now, well, then, are you going to want to see the Aristocats, which is also
Also,
been
no,
announced?
I hate the Aristocats.
You hate the Aristocats?
Yes,
Wow, just hates cats. He just hates
Kinda,
cats.
maybe,
Yeah,
yeah.
You're not a cat person.
I'm not.
Bambi.
They're remaking Bambi.
It's been announced.
Okay.
There's not a director attached. By the way, the director attached for the Aristocats is Questlove.
Oh, wow.
What?
I shit you not.
I'm suddenly curious about Aristocats now. So.
I know, right? I'm like, wow, his directorial.
This seems like a bold choice, and I'm like, okay, now we're talking.
And the last one, Tangled, has also been announced. So
I've never
Tangled.
seen the original one, so
it's pretty good.
Yeah, the cartoon,
pretty
the animated.
yeah.
I liked
I've
it.
never seen the
Very
animation.
solid. All right, well, we'll see what the future holds for us.
Mhm.
And
And Disney.
and Disney. What do you guys think? What are some of your favorites? How would you rank them? Let us know. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And until next time.
Stay
Fan
unoriginal.
original.